you give maybe the listeners that are in here now a brief intro about yourself, when you got started into the crypto space, and then Koii?
Yeah, myself. Hey, I'm Avi from Koii. Had a DevRel at Koii, so basically anytime anybody who wants to develop anything comes through, the pipeline, that's me. Um, I'm ho- any ooh, My first foray into crypto, geez, I don't know, I was probably like 15, and I was looking into parts of the internet I probably shouldn't have been looking at, and I found my way to a bunch of papers, and bit by bit, I kind of just got a little interested, and I had a pretty passing interest until I, completed my grad studies in AI, and I was basically like, yo, what do I do with all this knowledge? And I wanted to be on the cutting edge, and that's where Web3 kind of came in. So I always had a passing interest for sure, and then I knew someone who worked at Koi, and I was like, I want to be a part of what you guys are doing because it's super cool. I saw them at tons of events and stuff, and then I kind of got myself in the door, and yeah, that's where I became professionally Web3. So that was pretty cool. And then what's Koi? Koi is a social compute platform, and for those who don't know, that's basically a decentralized platform that empowers developers to sort of create and monetize innovative applications, and it allows users to earn passive income by running a node. So at the heart of Koi's technology are Koi tasks, which are basically decentralized applications, and they leverage our blockchain. So you can basically make a bunch of solutions for a bunch of different industries.
Amazing. And I know I've gone to a few hackathons before. Koii also hosted a hackathon in Brussels, in Belgium, a few months ago that we were able to attend for a day. They had a side event that was really, really cool and such a fantastic turnout. So it'll be cool to hear about the global hackathon, and maybe we can get some people on stage to ask some questions. But yeah, thank you for the intro. It is so nice meeting you, and I think you've probably joined one of the best teams that you possibly could have, especially in this space. They've absolutely crushed it, and to see the node growth from the beginning all the way to where it is now is absolutely nothing short of amazing. When Let's talk about the global hackathon then, and then I'll pass the mic over to Melina or anyone else. When did this hackathon start, and when does it end?
Yeah, for sure. The Koii Global Hackathons, it's actually more like a brand. It's going to be a whole series of hackathons that are going to be going on all throughout the year. We're going to be having tons of prizes, opening up a merch shop. It's going to be a pretty exciting thing. Our first Koii Global Hackathon basically started, I'd have to say, I think 2 weeks ago now. Unfortunately, you can't sign up for that one. It's closed signups. But once that one's over, we will be doing another, and then another, and then another, and you'll be able to sign up for those online. Just keep your eyes peeled, and the signups will come through. One of the big exciting things about Koii Global is we're finally going to start doing hackathon circuits. So you'll be able to see us at DevCon. We're going to be doing various hackathons in Bangalore, and coming up at the end of this month, we're actually going to be at Encode London at the Senate Building in partnership with the Oxford Blockchain Society and the Cambridge Blockchain Society as well. So we're going to be doing some really, really exciting hackathons, and it's all going to be under this new Koii Global brand. Um, Honestly, my favorite part is the merch, where we have our graphic artists. They made some really, really cool merch. I'd honestly wear it as streetwear, and that I just bought a bunch for myself. I can't wait to start repping it in photos and stuff, and then we're gonna make a website. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really cool.
Oh my God, we all love some good merch,
I
Avi.
know, merch is the best.
I
It's
know, I'm so
actually what I
excited.
live for.
Okay, but why don't you tell us too, like, what is the goal, aim or goal of this global hackathon? What would you say?
Yeah, the Koi Global Hackathon is basically to start getting everyone involved. Koi is finally at a place where the tech is world class. The app is as easy as pie to use. You can download in 5 minutes, you can press play, you can run a task. Task template for developers, easy as peasy too. If you already have your app idea, you already kind of know what you want to build, then it's just about downloading the task template, give it a day or two, and most people are able to get through the door or the hurdle of getting their app online. And that's what the hackathons are all about. It's just a few days, sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks, where you just get to crush through an idea and you're motivated by a prize. And also, of course, the opportunity to join, the Koii Ocean accelerators. We also have ecosystem funding and stuff like that too. So really, it's just a way for us to get the community more involved, to get other people outside the community involved, to start making noise about Koii finally, and to get in that global stage. That's why it's called Koii Global. We're finally ready to say, hey, look, everyone, everywhere, no matter who you are, check us out. And we're more than happy to show you exactly what we have, because we're going to stand behind it. And with Mainnet coming out so soon, we figured now's the perfect time to start talking about this new branding initiative, this new way we want to share Koii. It's for everyone, and it'll be across the globe. Another thing is that Koii has traditionally been centered in the North American market. We have a massive, massive, massive community, though, in Asia, in Africa, in South America, in Europe. And so we're going to be doing a bunch more work to get ambassadors and stuff so that we can help you guys 24/7 around the clock. There's never going to be those office hours where, North American mornings and North American evenings were around, but then sort of in the North American, nighttime, it's sort of hard to get access to us. That's not going to be a thing anymore. We're going to be really global, and I'm super excited. If you want to be an ambassador, you want to join that, you want to start hosting your own hackathons, and you want to get paid for it, and you want to start, giving out prizes and stuff too, reach out. We actually have, I think, over 176 people who have signed up to be ambassadors. That number is growing. We are going to be, we're super excited to start supporting a bunch of like local initiatives and stuff like that too. Um, yeah, I could keep talking, but I think I'm
Yeah,
going to
Abby, I
ramble.
was gonna say, and it's so interesting. I was even gonna ask you, like, who is this hackathon for? But it sounds like it could be for anyone who wants to do a hackathon.
Yeah, and I mean that's always been Koi's branding, always been Koi's messaging. It's whoever you are, no matter if you have a lot of developer experience, maybe you're a business person, maybe you just have a cool idea, maybe you have a mom and pop business that you want to, leverage somehow. No matter who you are, come to Koi, and we're going to be here to support you. And that's not going to change. And I hope that the branding and the messaging behind Koii Global really reflects that. Really reflects this is actually for everyone. This is an Amazon type solution where anybody can go here, anybody can sort of shop around, they can find an app they like, or they can make a product they like. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And then I kind of want to ask about some of the different features, maybe for teams that will be competing during the hackathon, and some of the features that they're able to leverage. What is like attention mining, and maybe can you touch on like the task nodes?
Yeah, for sure. So those are kind of the type of problems that can kind of be addressed, you mean, or like the different things you can address. Oh, I know what you mean. Sorry. The different things you can take advantage of on Koi. Absolutely. So yeah, we have attention mining, which is kind of like the way we reward genuine engagement. I mean, everybody who launches a Koi node is a real person. Everybody who passes any KYC in a Koi node is also a real person. And so that way, when you actually do stuff with a Koi task, when developers take advantage of your hardware, they get a higher quality sort of person, to leverage what they're doing, and that's basically attention mining. We're rewarding genuine engagement and that quality content. We have our task nodes, so we have 93,000 plus nodes on the network. They're all powering the network, and they're super easy to take advantage of. We hide all of the scary coding blockchainy stuff away, and all you have to do is focus on building your app, and you can immediately get access to this massive, massive compute network. We also have decentralized data storage solutions. One of the biggest use cases of Koi is data, either collecting it or sending it or doing something with it. A lot of what we like to do on Koi is like public data. So anything that's visible on the internet, Koi is really good at collecting that data, archiving it, and it sort of lives on the chain, or it can live in your business. You can kind of do whatever you want with it, or like make an API, for example. I know that one of the biggest use cases that you see today is like social media APIs are crazy expensive to access. And the information's right there. You just log into your account and you can see all of Twitter. You can see all of Reddit. You can see all of Instagram. So it's like, why do I have to pay $40,000 a month to access an API to sort of,
Right,
utilize these
right.
features? So that's one of the huge ones too. And then we have our KPL tokens, which is a huge benefit of Koii, which is kind of like if you want to make your own token, you can just do that on Koii and it takes 5 minutes. And there's like 1,000 reasons you might want to do that too. So there's so many like features and benefits to building on Koii.
So I've done some of the task nodes before across the network. What is your personal favorite feature to use?
Oh, that's hard. My favorite feature, um, I think one of the coolest use cases of Koii is that we're a decentralized storage network at the end of the day too. Everybody, who puts up their share of anybody who runs the task node is putting up their share of resources onto the network so that you can basically have this distributed, data storage solution. And I love that. I mean, have you ever, been looking for a PDF, or have you ever had like a textbook or something that you own, it's sitting there, you can put it somewhere so that other people can access it, you have the rights to do so as well, and you just don't know how to do that. Well, you can do that on Koii. You can basically just upload files and you can host them, and you can just send that to anybody you want. That's one of my favorite things. I do that all the time. I'll just upload a file to Koii and I'll be like, hey, here, you can download it. I'll just send them a link. It's great.
Okay, what about the prizes, Avi? I'm sure there's prizes.
There's always prizes. Oh yeah. Prizes come in the terms of we have USDC cash prizes, and then we have Koii as well as a prize. Whenever we're partnering with anyone, we try and get other tokens in as well. You might have heard about our Trueflation X Koii Hackathon. We just announced the winners in the Discord. So if you're excited and you want to check out their projects, you can. They'll all be live on Koii pretty soon. So yeah, winners of that one got like 500 USDC, 5,000 Koii. Runner-ups got 1,000 Koii each. And basically every hackathon is going to have a similar prize. It's so easy to develop on Koii that our prizes aren't necessarily as large, but they are abundant. Where at the Encode Hackathon, there are some grand prizes of 5,000, some of 10,000, and we really hope you guys get it. But those are only single prizes. With Koii, we have 30 $500 dollar prizes that you can access. We also have another 20 $100 prizes you can access. So that's like 50 people can access prizes. And that, again, kind of hits on this. Everybody gets to participate, and anybody who does gets rewarded. Oh, and of course, we have merch. There's going to be merch prizes. That's like the biggest one.
All right, I definitely want some of those. And
I can send
then
some.
I guess kind of the next question too. Okay, so that's really exciting. How could someone participating use some more of these features that you discussed to maybe address certain problems? Like, let's say one of the questions is privacy concerns in data sharing, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the biggest problems that decentralized spaces seek to address is privacy. And there needs to be a clearer line between what is public data and what is private data. And there needs to be easier control over I'm going to give out my public data, let's say my Twitter profile, it's pretty public, but I want to keep my, credit card data, my location data, my browsing data private. And so Koii has a bunch of advantages there when you want to, leverage either or maybe both in tandem. You can say, here's all the information that's public, it's going to go on chain. But here's all the information that's private, it's going to stay on your computer and it's never going to leave. We have a lot of tools for that, and I think that like when anybody talks about privacy concerns or you know um, security issues with data sharing or anything like that, I always say Koii is a premier platform for this kind of stuff, where basically everything is public by default, and anything that you want private never leaves your computer.
Okay, that's interesting, because we keep talking about, well, not us in particular, but in general, there's always like privacy concerns. So how can you reassure people? And, like, I'm even thinking like Elon Musk's event last night. People are just freaking out when it comes to new tech, robots, whatnot. So explain more into detail, like how, how everything is safe with Koii.
Yeah, it's a two-pronged approach, in my opinion, or maybe a two-step approach is the better way to say that. And it's actually wrapped in Koii Global. The first step is open source. Everything that happens on Koii, we're trying to open source. We just open sourced our namespace wrapper, which is actually what underlies all of the node network. It's how the node communicates with the blockchain. We also say that every task that whitelists on Koii, so that's when you open the app, you look at all these tasks you can run. All of those have been security vetted by Koii, by our internal team, and we also ask them to make a GitHub repo, which is basically where they host their code open source. And that's step one. Step two is where Koii Global comes in to create all these ambassadors, where we're going to develop documents, videos, infographics, all this kind of stuff that you can share that's backed by all of this open source knowledge, so that you can be a leader in this community, in the space. You can say, hey there, I looked at all this stuff, all this open source stuff. It's really complicated, it's really complex, but I've boiled it down for you guys. Now I have all these core resources that Koii gave me that I can share with you. And whenever you have questions, you can ask me. And that's going to be a big part of it, because we really understand at Koii that, we can talk as much as we want, but really we got to walk the walk. And to do that, we got to put this stuff in your guys' hands. And the best kind of advocation is when someone in the community picks that up and they say, wow, this is so good that I'm going to share it with everybody else in my community.
Love it. Okay, very interesting. Love it. Now, what if we talk about, and you know what? I'm going to ask the crowd too. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below or come and request to speak. I'm feeling a bit generous today, Avi. I want people to come and ask questions. Okay, so Koii Hackathons offer a unique opportunity to tackle real world challenges. So, why don't you talk to us about maybe some cool use cases that you've seen in previous Koii Hackathons? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah. Coming out of our most recent hackathon, one the most recent whitelisted task, actually two in the node. It's called the Reverie Field Project. It's actually the leaderboard and score tallying for an online multiplayer game. So you go to Telegram and you can load up this video game, and then you can play it. And any time that you upload your score or whatever, that's actually being uploaded to Koii onto our blockchain. Because everything that's on the chain is public, you can base, and it's a ledger, it's immutable. You can't change it. It's a perfect type of scoreboard. And so one of my favorite things that I've seen come out of a hackathon has actually just been a scoring leaderboard tally for your game, which is really cool. We also saw some people using it to archive their GitHub. So basically, if we make some open source code, well, who's to say? Well, Microsoft owns GitHub, and what happens if that goes down? So some people thought, okay, we'll just use Koii to kind of store some of this stuff and archive it so that it's not gone, and so that we get to keep and preserve our open source projects. And then it's actually in the hands of the community. Everybody who runs a node on that project now owns and kind of controls that open source content. And so if Microsoft, goes ahead, takes down their big servers, it's still there, it's still around. So that's a really cool one. Oh, another was the Reddit scraper. So basically, someone thought, hey, like we have a lot of Twitter things on Koii. Why can't we do the same with Reddit? Because the Reddit API is really, really tough to use, and it's pay gated. It's pretty expensive if you've ever worked with it. And so someone said, you know what? I can see it with my own eyes. That means Koii can see it with their own eyes. And so they started collecting a bunch of like historical posts and historical moments, and then making a timeline. And it's a really cool project too. So there are a lot of fun things you can do on Koii. And if you want some more practical examples of how people are building businesses, I definitely suggest you check out the Node. All those apps, just give the descriptions a read, from Twitter scraping to Trueflation or inflation monitoring. There's a lot of cool, unique use cases for Koii.
And then if we can touch on maybe people who are interested in creating a team to compete in the hackathon, what that would look like if let's say this was my very first hackathon entry. Are we looking for people to combine coding skills with design thinking, and then also maybe have somebody that is more focused on business? Like, what's kind of the sweet spot when people come together and create a team for a hackathon?
Yeah, for sure. I think the dream teams are definitely when there's one person with a bit of a marketing angle, a bit of a business acumen, one person with a strong code background, and then the third person, they're kind of always like a jack of all trades kind of person. You see these kind of dynamics everywhere, especially when you go to these public hackathons, and those teams always kill it. So my suggestion for you is when you're looking for teammates, try and find diverse people. I mean, I think we always try and find people like us, but that often pigeonholes us, and it might lead to a really cool hackathon idea, but it usually doesn't lead to a great business. And that's kind of what we want to support at Koii. That being said, if you just want to build, feel free. But if you're looking to make a team, definitely join our Discord. And there's a lot of people who are in there from all walks of life, from investors to programmers to marketers, everybody. And you can find a really cool team. Now, if you're looking for a team for a specific hackathon, then I actually suggest you look into that hackathon. There's always going to be a team building tool somewhere within the hackathon, and it kind of depends on our partner. With the new Encode London program, for example, you can find us on Telegram. Encode London has a really, really cool Telegram group where you can manage and organize finding a team that way. With the Trueflation hackathon and our previous Koii Global Hackathon, we had team finding tools that you could use that were powered through Google Forms and stuff like that. So there's always going to be a resource or two, but when it comes to intelligently choosing teammates, I definitely suggest a diverse team.
I love it. I'm trying to think too. Do you have any pro tips, Avi, for participants? I know, like, obviously, people from diverse backgrounds, meaning like if you're good with coding, if you're good with design, you can build up your own team. But any pro tips for participants?
Yeah, don't be afraid to really try something. Oh, my phone is echoing. Sorry about that. But yeah, don't be afraid to really try something, because if you try something and it's hard, it's going to work out. A lot of people think, okay, I can't build this on a 2-day hackathon because I'm not going to win. It's not going to become something that I can use. But honestly, I find the people who try and build the most impressive things, not only do they push themselves the hardest, but they often come out with the most interesting results. So my pro tip is, if it's your dream, just try and build it. And if you don't win for this hackathon, apply for the next and do the same idea. Keep iterating, keep building. Eventually, you'll win. And then eventually, you'll have, what in my opinion, hopefully $1 million business idea that you can launch on Koii.
All right, so Melina, you, me, and Action are gonna enter the next hackathon.
Let's do it. We've all got different skills, actually, so I think we could do it.
I'm super excited for it.
But I want the merch. I'm telling you now. I want the merch.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, so you get the merch, and then Action and Broker are gonna get all the prize money. Is that what you're saying?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, wait, that doesn't sound
Yep.
right.
Yep, y'all
Wait,
heard it here,
I
folks. This is a recorded space.
you're right. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but Action will he'll do something with a node and just try and mine all the money and leave me and Melina out of it. That's exactly what will happen. Amazing. So I guess if someone wants to enter the hackathon, Avi, where can they go to get started? If they're interested, where can they find more info? How can we sign up?
Yeah, for sure. So we're working on our Koii Global website, and eventually that'll basically be the hub. But for now, just follow us on socials, join the Discord, be active in the community, and you'll find us around. I also bet that if you look at any of the big sort of global hackathons that are going to be going on, Encode London, for example, DevCon as another, you'll probably find Koi's name somewhere on that list.
Okay, perfect. So we will be entering. Look out for us going for that first place prize money. And we'll
I'm waiting to see it.
What's next for Koii? I know we've got the hackathon, but what else do you guys, can you spill any alpha?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's next is probably mainnet. Everything we're doing right now is mainnet, mainnet, mainnet. You might notice that right now we're doing another pre-sale on CVPad. If you're interested, definitely go KYC yourself over there. You might be able to get what is the last early access into Koii at the premium rate before we're launching on a bunch of dexes. We're launching our own dex, and Koii will be trading, and that all happens on December 1st. Every week, it's crazy. Our engineers are working their butt off to make the best possible app for you guys, the best, most world-class experience. We are making the developer experience as smooth as possible. We're giving the community as much support as we can. We're making the app as smooth as possible. You might notice that Finny is faster now. It's a small thing, but it's a huge win for us. All of these little things that we can do to polish up the experience before mainnet is definitely everything that we're putting all of our heart into. So mainnet, that's the big thing. TGE, it's going to be the same day, going to be the same time. December 1st is the tentative date. Might happen sooner, might happen a few days later, but it's going to be very, very close to that time. We're already talking with some of the biggest dexes in the game. It's going to be really, really exciting.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I think mainnet, you guys have been grinding for a very, very, very long time. Like, Al has taken this so seriously, has just promoted Koii to the ends of the earth, and you guys have been fantastic to talk to, and definitely looking forward to doing more spaces with you, Avi.
Hell yeah, me too.
Let's go. Are you going to any conferences coming up too that maybe we could all meet in person?
I'm gonna be, of course, at Encode London. So that's at the end of the month. I'll be in Thailand all of November. I'll be at DevCon and a few other conferences. So if you're there, that'd be cool. I'll also be in Bangalore for December. So there's a few things going on. I might be in Hong Kong too. So a lot of traveling.
Wow, Avi's going to be busy.
Yeah, Koii Global, we're really gonna get out there.
I love it. That's so cool. I can't wait to hear from you and all your stories. You're going to learn so much on the ground.
Koi's gonna be on top this bull run, I promise.
Well, we'll have to sync up too. I think Melina and might be going to Bit Basel. If I'm in Thailand, I will definitely let you know.
Cool.
Well, yeah, with that, I think if the community wants to come up or ask questions, we'll. Oh, sorry. We will probably get ready for next week's space as well. I know you guys are going to have some more announcements, and then we can also discuss more on the global hackathon. But do you have any last remarks, Avi?
Yeah, basically, it's the best time to get involved right now. Koii is going to be going up, and we're going to be going up pretty fast pretty soon. So at the ground level, this is the best time. I know a lot of people have been in the community. They've been waiting for Koii to announce mainnet, and some people have kind of been, pretty passively just, checking out the community. Now's the time to turn that passive action into, like full action. Really get involved, really get loud, start engaging, start, going to CVPad, get KYC'd, make sure that your mainnet tokens are going to be converted. If you are part of the airdrop, make sure that you're, putting all your ducks in a row. And also secure your wallets. Make sure we're not sharing around anything that's too suspicious. There's going to be a lot of scams coming out, especially around this time. If it's not officially from Koii, don't trust it. And remember, we'll never DM you first. I think those are a good few closing remarks.
Amazing. Yeah, I know it's unfortunate how that happens, but I think getting ready for mainnet, we'll definitely be doing some more spaces and having a launch party for you guys. So that'll be something to look forward to. And then,
Yeah.
if everyone just remember, we host about 5 hours of spaces a day. So if you guys want to learn more about DePIN and Koii and everything they're building, make sure you do go follow Koii's main account. Make sure you're following Avi. Avi, your DMs are probably open if anybody in the community has questions, but I know you guys are all active in Discord and do town halls, so there's a lot of ways for everyone to get involved if you haven't already. And like Avi said, you are early. Now would be the best time to reach out, get set up, and maybe even enter in your first hackathon. You never know, you might win. But
You
yeah, with
might be
that,
able to compete
yeah, I mean,
with the Genzio team.
just even compete is would be
We're
amazing.
everywhere. I've been saying this all day, actually. Our Genzio team is currently like 4 events right now. Plus, we've got this team controlling all the spaces. So, like, we're also, Avi, you know, we're a bit jealous. So, we're also going to try to take over the world.
Well, there's room for 2 in the ocean for sure. The Koii Ocean.
I love that. Well, with that, guys, if no one has any questions, we'll probably close the space out and get ready to have another one with Koii next week. So just wanted to say, thank you to everyone. That was a fantastic space. Thank you for all the alpha and info too, Avi.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for being a good host.
Thank you,
We love
Melina.
Avi. He's so nice.
Yeah, I
Oh my
know.
God.
I can't believe this is the first space we've done together. We're gonna have to do so many more.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be excited to do them.
Well, we appreciate you. I know we don't have any closing music to close us out, but I will just say this. Remember, the best investment is investing in yourself. So make sure you're getting plenty of sleep and drinking that water, and also tuning into spaces weekly to get that crypto alpha. So shout out to the Koii team. Everybody is traveling everywhere. Make sure you are learning how to start earning your passive income, and go install Koii onto all of your devices, guys. You will not regret it. Shout out Avi for hopping on with us. So nice meeting you.